Let me show you how to do the initial configuration on Motorola Edge 60 Fusion. So once you turn on the phone, you will see this screen after a short while where we can choose the language, and also we have vision settings in case you need them. Besides that, once we are ready to go, just press start. There we go. Now we can set up this phone by using another device. So if you have your old phone nearby, you can just choose what kind of phone you have, the old one, and then you can proceed with the on-screen instructions. However, if you want to perform a clean setup, then over here we can press skip, and I'm gonna do just that. After that, we need to connect to Wi-Fi. Of course, you can still set up offline without the Wi-Fi if you don't have Wi-Fi nearby near you. In my case, I'm just gonna choose my Wi-Fi network, and after that, of course, you need to enter the password and press connect. If you want to scan the Wi-Fi QR code, then you need to find the Add New Network option, and then over here we can scan the QR code by tapping on this icon. You can also scroll down to find Use Mobile Network for setup instead, if you prefer that way. So after that, I need to actually tap on my network again in order to proceed. Now we have privacy and security options where we can, for example, share usage data or prevent that from happening. We also have enhanced device support. We can optimize the battery use immediately over here. We have smart updates where we can automatically download and install security updates and bug fixes over Wi-Fi, and some additional information. Once you scroll all the way down, we can press accept and continue. Now we need to wait for the update to be done. Once the update is done, your device should restart in 10 seconds, or you can just press restart in order to do that manually. After the restart, you might once again see this prompt where you can set up using another device. So once again, I'm just gonna skip that. And then once again, we have privacy and security, which actually should be set up as we did the last time, but of course we can double check in order to make sure. So once again, let's proceed and let's see what we get this time. So after that, you should see the sign-in page for your Google account. If you have Google account, then you can just sign in over here and continue, then enter the password and proceed. If you don't have an account, but you want to set up, then of course over here we have the create account option. And if you want to skip this process, you can do that by pressing skip over here. And then you can, for example, sign in later by using settings of the phone. So I'm just gonna sign in. If you decided to sign in, then of course we need to agree to Google Terms of Service. So let's press I agree, and let's wait for the next screen to pop up. Now we can set up the screen lock password. That is the password for your phone. If you decide to do so, you can enter a PIN code, which should have at least 4 digits. However, you can also tap on screen lock security options in order to choose a different password type. You can also skip this process by pressing skip over here on the left side, and then we can once again press skip. Of course, later on you can set up the password in the settings of the phone. Then we have the option to copy apps and data, and also load the backup that we might have saved on our Google account. If you want to do that, then of course press next and follow the instructions. On the other hand, if you want to perform the clean setup, then of course you want to press do it later and then confirm your choice. And this is what I'm gonna do. Over here we can enable or disable location for this phone, as well as we can allow scanning, we can send usage and diagnostic data, and so on. So I'm gonna actually disable location in this case, scroll all the way down and press accept in the bottom right corner. Then we have the option to turn on backup on this phone. The backup will be made on your Google account. You can also decide if you want to back up photos and videos, as well as other device data, which is listed over here. You can select whatever you wish to back up and then press turn on backup. Of course, if you don't want to make a backup, just press don't back up instead. After that, we can choose the browser and search engine. So let's proceed. Now, if you don't know which one to choose, most likely you can choose, for example, Google Chrome. This is one of the most popular choices. Some other popular choices include the Firefox browser, or Opera browser, or Brave browser, and so on. However, if you don't know which one to choose, you can just choose Google Chrome and it should be fine. Then press set as default in the bottom right corner. With the search engine, the most popular choice is Google, of course. So let's proceed. Let's set as default. Now we have the option to continue the setup, or you can just leave and immediately go to the home screen in order to finish this setup, and you can get a reminder later in order to finish the setup completely. I'm gonna actually finish this. I'm gonna show you how it looks like, what you can expect over here. So let's press continue. Then we have the quick share option. So you can scroll all the way down in order to agree to be able to share with contacts and people around you some data. Of course, this can be enabled and disabled pretty easily. So I'm gonna press agree. Now over here we have the Gemini assistant. We can press continue. Over here we have the option to use the Hey Google voice command to activate Gemini. However, if you don't want to use it, you can just press no thanks. I'm gonna actually do that. If you decide to actually use the voice command, then of course feel free to set it up. Then we have Google Pay, so you can actually add your credit or debit card. But in this case, I'm just gonna skip. I don't want to waste my time right now to set up the credit or debit card on my phone. And we have some additional apps that will be downloaded over Wi-Fi. So unfortunately, it seems that we cannot turn it off. We have some apps from Google and apps from Motorola. So unfortunately, there is some bloatware installed. So let's press OK. Perhaps if you actually skip this continuation of the setup, you won't be getting these apps. Over here we have the option to stay in touch, so Motorola can send you mails about products, etc., events, and so on. So you can allow notifications, but of course, most likely you don't want to be spammed with this information, so let's just press not now in order to opt out. And then over here, once again, press not now if you don't want to be signed up. There we go. Now we have the live lock screen, which allows you to change the wallpaper every time you pretty much are in the lock screen. So if you wish to have the, well, not dynamic, but wallpapers every time, different wallpapers every time you go to the lock screen, then of course you can use this feature. I actually find it quite annoying. I prefer to have one single wallpaper that doesn't change. So I'm just gonna turn this off and then let's go next. Then we can choose the navigation style. We can choose buttons at the bottom of the screen, which looks like this. You can also change the order, or you can use gestures instead. I'm gonna stick with buttons, and I'm gonna actually also change the order as well. So let's go next. Then we have the option to choose the light theme, dark theme, or transition, which is the automatic. This allows you to change the dark theme at a specific time of the day. So I'm gonna stick with the light theme. Let's go next. Then we have the parental controls that can be immediately set up. I don't need to set up parental controls, so I'm gonna skip. If you do want to set up parental controls, then just press set up and follow the instructions. And there we go. Now we should be done. So let's press finish. Over here we have some additional options that are shown us, such as some tips about the device, personalization options, and so on. We can just tap go to my home screen in order to just close this menu, this screen, and just go to the home screen. And there we go. So as you can see, here we have our home screen with the app drawer. You can also take a tour in order to find out what is new on this phone. You can also tap later, and here we can tap on tips in order to know more about AI if you actually go there. So you can tap on these three dots in order to find this option. And that's about it. So over here you can also find different categories, which might be quite useful for some people, I suppose. And that's about it. So thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye!